So we're going to look at Tilray today. This is one of the most actively traded stocks across the FinTwit universe. This is one of the trending tickers on Yahoo Finance and generally has been a loved stock by degenerates since the 2020 COVID market. We can see the high here on the weekly where it hit the highs on 2/12/2021. Essentially since then, it's been nothing but a money-losing pit for traders if you've been long. Now, if you've been short, this may have been one of the easiest, nicest trades of your entire career, and I hope you made bank. Let's look at the daily. The daily, what we can see is on this Monday after the holiday weekend, we've essentially had a gap up, a go, and then give it all back. This market is essentially useless because it's sideways to down. This stock was up 5.3% today. Considering that it was a gap in this type of move, I don't even understand exactly what people were chasing. I really hope that someone's not holding this overnight. Let's look at the daily bullish or bearish sentiment indicator. We can see right now that we're at 52% bullishness and it looks like 47% bearishness. This is a positive sign. Generally, this indicator can't go below 40%. Here you see it goes to 37% and then promptly comes back up. It can't really go above 60%. You can see it was at 57 and it promptly went back down. So right now with it being at 52%, that's actually kind of right in the middle of the range. We could see some moves up or down, but generally this is nothing constructive or nothing with a lot of conviction is being shown. Let's look at the weekly sentiment indicator for bullish or bearishness. This is a much worse picture. We can see the high here. This is probably when we were getting a little push at the beginning of the year or the end of 2022. We've essentially come down. That moving average is above the bearishness and it continues to push into the bullishness. The bullishness is only 49.2%, not a great look. Here on volume, what we can see is that volume is essentially, it peaked back in the middle of 2021 when Tilray hit its highs. It's essentially been falling ever since. We've seen it falling recently since the end of 2022 into the beginning of 2023. Nothing to really comment on there. On the daily volume, we can see that we had some very large days. It looks like back in October where we saw 118 million shares traded in October 17th or October 7th of 2022. Essentially since then, it's been nothing but falling volume and a falling price. That generally, the way that I would look at it is that's trend now. Down is the trend for Tilray. Let's go ahead and look at the volatility to price correlation. Volatility's come from a weird place. It doesn't really get that high. It got up to 2 and it peaked and it was falling. And the correlation was rising as the volatility was falling. Generally, that's going to speak to the fact that you're going to have a falling price when volatility is falling and price correlation is also rising, not positive. We can look and see what kind of volatility we got today on the 6th. Volatility shot up a little bit, which you'd expect on a gap up day. Correlation went positive. So with the volatility moving up and correlation being positive, you get a price move up. Now, if you expect that the continued fall in volatility here will rekindle itself after this little gap up that we had for fun on Monday, and the volatility keeps falling and now the correlation is high, the price is going to fall with it and very aggressively. Looking at this on the weekly, we can see that volatility is coming off of a low. It hasn't really gone anywhere, but it looks like correlation is falling. So as it's rising and correlation is falling, that means the price is generally going to go down. Not great on a weekly either. We can look here at the non-sentiment trade range for Tilray on the weekly. The range has gotten very tight, as you'd expect. As volatility is falling, the range will get tighter because as volatility falls, there's less movement for the price. Now we can see that essentially we've had a downward move. Tilray essentially hit the bottom of its range, then kind of bounces off. It got pretty close to the bottom of its range, which would be at 232, and it bounced off of 244 and is now up at 260. The top of the range really is about 275. I don't even expect it to get there, but people have done crazier things in the stock market. So if you're long, good luck. If you're short, good luck. I wish you nothing but the best. If you have questions, feel free to like, comment, subscribe below. Have a great day.